All right, hello. Okay, this one's going to be a bit longer than the others, so let's get into it. This video covers two things that work together to make Sage sound like you, your niche details and your brand DNA. By the end of this, you'll have the foundations set, and Sage will know your business well enough to write content that actually sounds like it came from you. So let's go. So we want to be in my profile, which I am. You'll want to scroll down till you see your photography niches, and you're going to see about 22 different ones because there are all kinds of us out here and we all do different things. All right, so now you want to select the niche that you do. You can select more than one, you can do multiples, it's whatever you do. And you can deselect them just as easy. I am going to select newborn, and then you're going to see that this just popped up down here. So this is very important. You want to expand that, and you're going to see all of the details for this niche specifically. You're going to see what is your energy in this niche. I do calm, nurturing, relaxed, safety-led, and soft. This is how I am with all of my newborn sessions. I don't come into it like a hype girl or fun and playful or anything. I am all about baby and safety and doing everything as calmly as possible because, let's face it, baby's in charge. So it's all about the baby. Next, you'll see how do you guide clients in this niche. I direct parents through posing and connection so they always know what to do, but I follow the baby's lead completely. No rushing, no forcing. Baby sets the pace and I work around them. 100%. Every time, I always do. Next, you'll see what do you prioritize most in this niche? Safety, connection, emotional depth, storytelling. Absolutely, that is how I am in my newborn sessions. You can choose to add something else. So if there's something here that doesn't really speak to you, you can absolutely come in here and you can type it in. And then that will be embedded for Sage to be able to create content with this. Then there's a question, what's your visual aesthetic? Mine is soft, neutral studio lighting, muted tones, clean simplicity, nothing overdone. Baby is always the centerpiece. 100%, that is how I am. So down here, what makes your experience in this niche distinct? Before every session, I send a detailed questionnaire to parents for their preferences. So that includes colors, props, styling, outfits, accessories, and that is something that I do. I send all my parents this detailed questionnaire, which they can sift through it. They can select their preferences. And then I take that and I build a full setup for them in the studio that they don't see until they show up. So if they selected one of my heart props, my wooden ones, or my moon prop, I will then put that together with a backdrop and colors that they have recommended from wraps or outfits and everything, all for them before they even show up. And every single time I've had a parent come in, they have been absolutely happy with the setup. So that is the specific experience that parents have with me. You would write your own, or if that is something similar to what you do, then you'd put something like this in for yours. And then you can scroll down here to props and styling. So this talks about what I just told you. I do wraps. I have a wooden prop heart. I have a wooden bed, a moon. I do table posing. And then I also have a wooden bucket. I do have more props that I use, but these are my main ones that I do typically. And I didn't feel like I needed to put too many in here because you're not going to talk about every prop that I have. Next, you'll see your backdrops and your textures. So I do texture backdrops, solid colors, and fabrics. If you do more than that, absolutely give more detail. I didn't feel like I needed to put any more in there. And then for posing style, there's parent-led, posed, lifestyle. I do a combination of all of these, so I just clicked hybrid. Next would be session location. You can do studio or in-home. I do both. So I offer to mamas who don't feel like they can get out of the house with their new baby but still want to have those beautiful studio photos. I bring everything to them. So that's also something that I offer specifically for my newborn sessions. Next down here, you'll find baby-led flexibility. Always. I'm always about baby every single time. And then parent and sibling involvement. I have all kinds of packages. I have baby-only packages, parent and baby, and then I have full family packages. So I selected all three of these. And then the preferences of baby's age between 7 and 30 days is what I have put. You don't have to, you put whatever you can shoot. Everybody is different. You can still get newborn photos after the 30 days, but for me and my business, I usually like to capture them between 7 and 30 days. 7 days is long enough to have the umbilical cord fall off so baby's not uncomfortable for poses. And 30 days is just enough days where they're still very sleepy, in my opinion. At least this is what works for me. Your signature setup and aesthetic. I'm very soft, neutral studio setup. And then safety and comfort. It's always about safety. I always have mom or dad present, and the baby is never left unsupervised. Absolutely not. If I have to grab something, mom or dad are going to be right there with baby at all times. So that's the end of that niche. So then you can collapse that and you can come back up here and you can select any other ones that you have. Now there's a really cool thing here. And when you have newborn and maternity selected at the same time, you're going to have a third section pop up. This is if you do combo sessions. So a lot of the time I'll do a bundle if mom wants to book her maternity session and a newborn session all in one. I'll give a bundled discount for them. So that's there. Just basically saying, yes, you do it. What do you do it for? But that's a really great combination that happens there. And then you can have your family details, wedding. I'm going to go in and show you what it looks like for wedding things. Very similar questions. Some things changed a little bit. As you can see, like the energy changes a tiny little bit here. I am calm. I'm your hype girl. I'm direct. I really take control of my weddings. I do documentary and editorial. I very much pose my couples, and I get their entire wedding from the beginning to the end. Everything that they want to have. I'll also do flat lays. I do all of those kind of details. So then what do I prioritize? I prioritize connection, artistry, emotional depth, and storytelling. And then I just go into the details here like I did in newborn. I do a mixed. And then I don't always have a second shooter. I do sometimes though. And then you come down here to the different sizes. As you can see, it's pretty structurally the same, but because it's a different niche, there's some different questions that have to be asked. So these are all important to fill out, and it'll allow Sage to build you the best content, honestly, for your niche specific. So then once you have all of your niches filled out, you want to come down here to where your platform preferences are. So you only want to select the preferences that you post to, not the ones that you think you're going to post to and then you don't, or you tell yourself you're going to. I want you to be specific and I want you to be intentional here. If you want to post to Instagram, post to Instagram. If you're going to post to Instagram and TikTok, you post to both. Otherwise, do not select it. So like you see YouTube here, like, yeah, I could totally do a YouTube short, but you don't already, don't select it. Only select what you can work with to start. And then as things go on, you can add more to it. It's absolutely doable. Sage will only generate the content on the platforms that you select. If you select everything, Sage is going to generate everything, and then you're going to get overwhelmed, and you're not going to want to do that. Only select what you plan to use. So then you can go past here and do your weekly posting volume. So you can do 4 days a week, you can be a pro and do 7 days a week, whatever your preference is. I typically do 5 days a week. You're going to see your brand DNA vault. You can open this up and you're going to see these 5 sections in here. This is different from your niche details. This is about your business as a whole, the things that are true no matter which niche you're shooting. So your voice, your values, your story, and your location. You'll notice these questions are broader than you might expect. It's intentional. The niche specific details that we just looked at are already done. So this is about the big picture. This is about your business as a whole. So I'm going to walk you through these. You have your audience. This is who you're talking to across the whole business, what their struggles are, What do they secretly wish was possible? The transformation you helped them achieve. Next, you're going to have your brand, voice, and writing style. So this is how you sound across everything. 3 words that would describe you personally. Your content tone, your writing style, your pacing, how you want your audience to feel, and your overall brand art direction. So for example, I'm warm and intentional and down to earth. That's very much how I am and how I want to be presented when I'm doing content or talking to people. So then we want to do location and geographic reach. This is your home base, your province or state, whether you serve surrounding areas, which cities, whether you want any other geographic words to be included, what broad region Sage should reference, and whether you travel for work. Next, you'll see your origin story or your mission. What inspired you to start? What shaped your mission? What turning point brought you here? And the truth that sits at the heart of your work. And then you'll have your process and your principles. This is what steps you do naturally to guide clients from the first inquiry to the final gallery delivery, and what principles guide your work. So now Sage knows your niches, how you show up differently in each one, what your business sounds like, who your clients are, where you're based, and why you do this work. You can always come back here and add more. Your profile grows as your business grows. Fill in what you can right now and build on it over time. When you're ready, go generate your first piece of content, and you're going to see exactly what all of this makes possible. I'll see you in the next one.